Hello, today I'm going to talk about Brynhild. Brynhild is part of a partnership with Sigurd being a hero and Brynhild being a Valkyrie or a shield maiden type. Now there are many stories about these two, not only within the Poetic Edda, but within Old Norse and Germanic stories, and even if their names aren't the same in those stories, you can tell that there's a partnership that's rather analogous to Sigurd and Brynhilde. Now Brynhild is a name that actually means armour and conflict, and as I say, she's often depicted as a Valkyrie in these stories, and in this particular story I'm about to tell you, based off one of the shortest poems in the Poetic Edda, called Brynhild's Ride to Hell, Brynhild has died and she's making her way to hell, but the backstory is that she's responsible for a number of deaths, and some people within the land of hell do not think it's right that she is there. And so there's a few morals in here and a few clues to the plots of the stories that came before. So welcome to the story of Brynhild and her ride to hell, and welcome to Cleckenfold. The story starts with two pyres being built, one for the hero Sigurd and one for the other, the Valkyrie Brynhild. And both were lit, although Sigurd's was first to be lit and the first to burn. Brynhild's pyre was built on a wagon, draped with an expensive and lavish tapestry, and it's said that it was in this wagon that she rode to hell. And in her ride to hell, in that travel, she went through a meadow, which was the home of a giantess. And within the meadow there was a hill, or rather it was a burial mound, but so large because it was where the giantess was buried. However, being hell, the giantess's dead body still wandered round this realm, and as Brynhild travelled through, the giantess saw her, and being aware of what was going on in the other realms, she stopped Brynhild and said, "You should not journey through the mountains, through my meadows. It would be better if you were weaving your tapestries than going to visit some other woman's man. Now come on, tell me, why are you travelling here from the southern lands? You're a two-faced wench, and your hands are covered with the blood of others." Brynhild replied, "Don't criticise me, you mountain-loving ogre. Yes, I've been on Viking raids, but I shall always be considered the more honourable of us two if our ancestors are ever compared." The giantess retorted, "You were Brynhild, Budli's daughter, and the world was an unlucky place to have you born into it. You have destroyed the family of Giki and their children, ruining their happy home." Brynhild responded, "I must tell you that out of us two women, the smarter one is here in the wagon, as you ooze stupidity and ignorance. And so, just briefly, I will tell you about how the heirs of Guki made me without love, made me an unwitting oath-breaker. People knew me as Hilmindal the Valkyrie, and the courageous king had our swan-feathered garments given to us under an oak tree when I was very young. I was 12 years old, if you wish to know, when I gave my promise, my oath, to a young prince. Then I wasted no time in letting the old man of the Gothic people, Helmet Gunnar, go to hell. I gave Agnar victory, Ulder's brother. Odin was very angry with me for doing that. Shields of red and white overlapped and encircled me at Scatterland. He said that only men with no fear could ever break my sleep. He set my southern-facing hall alight, burning it, flames reaching high, and Odin decreed only one warrior could ride over it there. He who brought me the gold which lay under Fafnir, the dragon, was slain by Sigurd. That man, that good man who rode Gani, rode to my foster father's hall with his gold, with rings, and he alone seemed better than all men, Sigurd the Danish Viking. And yes, we did sleep in the same bed together for 8 nights, but only as if we were brother and sister. We were not intimate, not physical, we did not touch. And yet Guthron, Giuki's daughter accused me of sleeping in the arms of Sigurd, and then I discovered what I wish I'd never known. A horrible truth, that they'd betrayed me, and they tricked me into taking a husband who was not Sigurd. There are couples alive today who will spend far too long together, being far too unhappy with each other. But Sigurd and I will now be happy together again, forever. And with that, Brynhild carried on her journey in a wagon northwards, towards the gates of hell. That's a fine short poem from the Poetic Edda. There's a couple of morals in there and some decent words of wisdom about relationships. Hope you enjoyed that little story. There'll be more videos soon. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you did find it enjoyable. There's plenty of other stories on here and other explanations about the history of Old Norse, Anglo-Saxons and other religions across Europe and Asia. So until the next video, please stay safe, stay well. And this was Creckenfold.